500,000 is only a small amount for Lu Fan, but it can solve the urgent problems of Li Chang's family. Although I didn't receive the garbage, I'm still happy to do a good thing. Garbage, junk, junk, junk. The trumpet roared all the time, but after more than 10 minutes, there was no response. Lu Fan is a little tired. He is regarded as a monkey by passers-by. Can he not be tired? Wong, boy, you just saved a family. It's rare to do good every day. Little Wolf Dog rarely praised Lu Fan. Ha ha. Guzzy, I have done many good deeds, such as taking you in. Lu Fan didn't buy it at all. Wong, ungrateful. Forget who found you the car. Tired from running, the little wolf dog jumped into the car. But then he was stunned. Where was the garbage collected in the uncle's house? It looks at Lu Fan's back and feels that this guy is really mysterious. Wong, Lu Fan, why don't you find a girlfriend at your age? If you don't lack money and a house. The ancients said that there are 3 ways to be unfilial, and there is no future. The little wolf dog was lying in the car, chatting gossip. Lu Fan he said, it's easy to pick up garbage. If you don't have a strong heart, don't look for a girlfriend. Little wolf dog, so. I have a strong heart, but I just don't want to look for it. The little wolf dog's tongue drooped with fright. Wong, then let me and my younger sister accompany you. Don't be grateful to Ben Wong. The little wolf dog wags its tail to make a clever appearance. Thank you, Mao. You're calling the master. The little wolf dog put out his tongue to radiate heat and said angrily, Wong, you are hard for a strong dog. You don't respect the dog's right, the king of fish and dog. Lu Fan wanted to give it a slap, but Yu Guang saw passers-by looking at himself with strange eyes. The man is sick. He barks against the dog. Poor lonely scavenger. It must be a poor family to come out and collect rags at such a young age. Children don't think mother ugly. Dogs don't think family poor. There were all kinds of comments from passers-by, and Lu Fan turned black. At this time, a figure flies through Lu Fan. Lu Fan even felt the pain on his face. Who is going to be reincarnated in broad daylight? Lu Fan looked at the white figure who did not look back and muttered, Catch the thief, catch the thief. A cry came from behind. Lu Fan immediately looked back and saw several young men and women chasing here. Lu Fandang knew who he was just now. Dog, watch the car. With that, Lu Fan shot out like an arrow. The little wolf dog was so surprised by the speed that his whole body leaned back and whined. Wong, it's faster than a dog. It's inevitable that Lu Fan can run faster than a dog. You should know that Lu Fan wears shinshing boots. In the blink of an eye, Lu Fan caught up with the thief who was running for his life and saw clearly that there was a bag in his hand. And the thief in white also noticed someone behind him and turned to look. Lu Fan smiles to welcome up. Brother, tired or not, have a rest. The thief in white is in his 20s. Seeing Lu Fan's slow pace, he shouts, I chow. He adds more force at his feet. He speeds up and rushes out. Don't run, brother. Lu Fan's walking boots seemed to follow his heart. As soon as they ran away, the thief in white felt that his lungs were going to explode. Brother, what a grudge. You have chased me for 5 miles. The thief in white was tired in a field and couldn't run anymore. Lu Fan put one hand in his pocket and picked up the thief in white. He said with a smile, Do you understand that you are brave for a just cause? I hate you thieves most. You are not good at it when you are young. Then he took him back. Brother, are you a policeman? The thief said difficultly. His anger has not recovered up to now. What's the matter? You can't be arrested without the police. Lu Fan wiped his one eye, vigilant this guy's small action. Brother, I've seen it in this bag. There's 3,000 yuan. How about half of it for you? Lu Fan took a look at him. He had a pair of buck teeth and bad breath. He was thinking that maybe he had some difficulty in stealing money. But now he had no sympathy. Sure enough, he is still a dog of color. Go away. Is labor and capital the person who is short of 3,000 yuan? If you want to bribe me, you don't want to see what labor and capital do. Lu Fan raised the woven bag on his shoulder and said haughtily. Bucktooth Thief tilted his head to look left and right and asked tentatively, Brother, are you an undercover? Lu Fan's appearance is just like that of Da Yin's 100%. Low-key behavior in the city, coupled with the vigorous skill and fast magic pace. Bucktooth Thief immediately affirmed that Lu Fan was deliberately disguised. Lu Fan, some teeth sour, asked, Can't see you are not very good. Imagination is quite rich. Why not write a novel? Bucktooth Thief looked disgusted and said, Brother, what do you say? You can't starve to death when writing novels. I'd rather steal than do that. Cut the crap and go faster. Lu Fan escorts the thief from the field to the village. During this period, this guy tried to escape several times, but was knocked down by Lu Fan. It's him, the thief, and my mother's bag. As soon as I entered the village, a group of young men and women across the street immediately ran to a girl with short pants, long hair, and pure appearance. But her temperament changed as soon as she opened her mouth. Here, this is your bag. Lu Fan stole it from her and handed it to the girl. Man, thank you so much. I'll send him to the police station. The girl is very pure, very tough to speak, but also conveniently patted Lu Fan. Lu Fan Zhengzheng, just about to say you're welcome, behind a group of men and women also surrounded. No, Jiaming, and my bag? A girl with short hair came forward and looked at the timid Bucktooth Thief, but she didn't find her own thing. Shu Jiaming grabbed the thief's neck, raised his chin, and said, Come on, my friend's stuff. Bucktooth Thief faltered and shook his head, then looked around, finally looked at Lu Fan, said to him, Brother, can't hide, don't act. Stop acting. A word immediately let all eyes stare at Lu Fan. What? Lu Fan is a little confused. Is this Bucktooth bastard framing him? You're a group? Shu Jiaming also pulls Lu Fan's shoulder with his other hand. Lu Fan instantly saw the long-haired girl's arm with slightly raised muscles. What a hidden woman. Pop. Lu Fan quickly dodged, slapped the Bucktooth Thief on the head, and said harshly, What do you mean, frame up labor and capital? Bucktooth Thief hugged his head and bared his teeth. He even yelled to the crowd, If you don't believe me, you can go to see his garbage truck. The bag is on it. Several men and women quickly turned back and walked to a tricycle carrying a little wolf dog not far away. My bag is really here, exclaimed the girl with short hair. The girl with short hair finds her bag in Lu Fan's tricycle, and everyone's eyes are more firm when they look at Lu Fan, the thief's accomplice, even the mastermind. Shu Jiaming's eyes are wide open, and she looks at Lu Fan with the eyes of hatred. Well, I can't see that you're covering up very well, man. It's a good game to shout and catch thieves. She clenched her teeth and approached Lu Fan with her hands akimbo. Yes, elder sister, you are so right. He is the thief. I was forced to do it. Bucktooth Thief firmly affirmed Lu Fan, as if suffering from such a big grievance. Shut up to me. Shu Jiaming angrily scolds away. Call who elder sister? You are also not what good person. Jiaming, don't talk nonsense with them. The police will come soon, and none of them can be let go. Beside her, a young man said contemptuously. Lu Fan looked at the people's indiscriminate eyes, not a bit flustered. He looked at Shu Jiaming, the powerful girl, and asked, How can you be sure that I collude with him to steal your things? The evidence is clear. The bag was found in your car. The girl with short hair picked up her bag and shook it in front of Lu Fan's eyes. Why can't he deliberately put it in my car and frame me up? Lu Fan asked again, then looked at the Bucktooth Thief and asked, You said I was your partner. Then you should know my name. Bucktooth Thief choked immediately, right? How did he forget this stubble? Shu Jiaming saw the expression of the Bucktooth Thief and immediately felt that he might have wronged a good man. This is the first time that we have cooperated with each other. It was introduced to me by others, so I don't know his name. He said that as long as I follow his instructions, I can share half of my money. Seeing that the situation was not good, Bucktooth Thief quickly made an excuse, pointed to the tricycle in the distance, and said, You see, he just came out to pick up the garbage because he felt too poor, and he thought it was slow to pick up the garbage, so he wanted to steal money. It's a time to test the reaction on the spot. Bucktooth Thief feels that he has played a great role. The girl with short hair and the man next to her nodded. No problem. The logic is very reasonable. Lu Fan is speechless. He is reasonable. He is very reasonable. Shu Jiaming held her arms in her hands, and her eyes swept around the two people in front of her. Her eyes pondered for a moment. You're a thief. You didn't run away, she said, looking at the Bucktooth Thief. Why? The Bucktooth Thief is about to cry. Look at the temperament. Shu Jiaming rolled his eyes and then looked at Lu Fan and continued. You look very handsome and honest. But what he just said is reasonable. You can also steal because you are poor. Lu Fan took a deep breath and asked, So if you're not poor, does it mean you won't steal? Shu Jiaming hesitated and nodded. That's okay. The girl with short hair was impatient and said contemptuously, "Stinking garbage collector. What else do you have to quibble about? The evidence is here, waiting for you to squat in the bureau." Lu Fan laughs and looks at her like a fool. He takes out a pink diamond ring from his pocket and shakes it in front of her. Do you recognize what this is? The short-haired girl's arrogant expression suddenly froze on her face, her eyes staring at her. What a big diamond. Shuji's eyes are straight. Oh, it's fake. Who can a garbage collector fool you? The man next to him sneered and thought he was rational. Lu Fan said with a smile, I don't need to explain to you whether it's true or false. He looked at Shu Jiaming and asked, as you said just now, if you are not poor, there is no need to steal. You can see what this is. Lu Fan takes out a card again and lights it up in front of her. Diamond card. It was the girl with short hair who opened her mouth. The reason of her family situation made her recognize it at a glance. This is what local tyrants are entitled to. Well, I'm afraid it was stolen too. One side of the man said contemptuously. Shut up. Shu Jiaming glared at him, and the man closed his mouth timidly. I believe you. I'm sorry. We've wronged you. Let's go. Shu Jiaming said apologetically. Lu Fan's face improved a little. But why do you come to pick up rubbish when you have so much money? The short-haired girl's question disappeared. She was full of curiosity and could not help asking. I do. Do you care? Lu Fan is not angry and says that he has been wronged. He still wants to solve his doubts and dream. The girl with short hair was angry and muttered, cheapskate. At this time, a siren sounded in the distance, and a police car came from far and near. Bucktooth Thief saw this scene. His face turned white and looked at the people around him. Wow. He took the opportunity to get rid of Lu Fan's control and got into a small alley. Where to run? Shu Jiaming shouts out that she is going to chase her, but she is stopped by Lu Fan. He can't run away. I'll do it. The girl with short hair and the young man look at Lu Fan suspiciously. You didn't mean to let him go, did you? The man who didn't smoke broke in again. Shut your mouth. Lu Fan hit an idle brick next to him, and the brick broke in response to the sound. The man was scared by this scene and jumped directly behind Shu Jiaming. Oh, it's a motherfucker. Lu Fan made a rude sneer and then yelled at the little wolf dog on the tricycle. Woof, the little wolf dog responded, then raised his head to the sky and roared. Next second, dozens of dogs barked in the nearby alleys, and the sounds were very regular and similar. Then, the little wolf dog also followed into the alley. You were talking to the dog? Shu Jiaming looks at Lu Fan like a ghost with a shocked look. The girl with short hair also murmured in a low voice. It's deceitful. Do you want the dog to catch the thief? At this time, the man behind Shu Jiaming did not dare to speak. Lu Fan noncommittal smile. The police car stopped next to them and two policemen, a man and a woman, came out. Did you just report it? The policewoman looked like she was 25 or 26 years old. She had a pretty face and a heroic face. She came over. The male policeman next to him must be in his 40s. His eagle eyes are electrified, which gives people a feeling of not being angry but being powerful. It's us, sister. Shu Jiaming came forward and said, What about the thief? The policewoman glanced at these people, but didn't see who was the thief. Well, I just ran. Shu Jiaming, embarrassed, said, Where have you been? It's just this alley, but don't worry. He will come out by himself in a moment. Lu Fan said, What do you mean you're out? The policewoman looked at the sunny man with a confused face. Police sister, don't believe his lies. He is one of the thieves. The man hiding behind Shu Jiaming suddenly opened his mouth, pointed to Lu Fan and said with a proud face, This man just colluded with the thief and stole our things. He still won't admit it. Yi Xiao, what are you talking about? Shu Jiaming was surprised. He didn't expect that he would suddenly say such words. Jiaming, you are just too kind and simple. People like him are not good people. Don't be cheated by him. The man named Yi Xiao has a face. I'm looking for you. Yi Xiao, how can you know that people are not good people? How can you label people casually before you make things clear? Shu Jiaming's impression of Yi Xiao as a good man has changed instantly. The girl with short hair was silent and didn't know who to help. Young man, you say he is a thief. What evidence do you have? If there is no evidence, you should be legally responsible for what you say. One side of the police uncle said. Yi Xiao felt guilty, but he insisted. He just let the thief go. but he stopped us from chasing him and let a dog chase the thief. Isn't that intentional? Besides, the thief just pointed at him and said that he was his accomplice. Two policemen smell speech, immediately look at Lu Fan, eyes full of doubt. Let the dog go after the thief. Young man, you have some untenable reasons, asked the police uncle, taking off his hat and looking strange. Lu Fan shrugged and said, that's not necessarily. As soon as he spoke, suddenly there was a loud barking of dogs in the alley, which was very harsh. Then, a hasty footsteps came out from the corner of the alley. Help! Help! Damn dog, don't bite my pants. The familiar voice immediately attracted people's eyes. It's the thief. The girl with short hair was surprised. Only just now that buck-toothed thief spread his feet and strode. His face was full of fear, and his trousers were tattered. Behind him, more than a dozen dogs of different kinds, big and small, chased the buck-toothed thief. The head of a small wolf dog mouth is carrying many pieces of cloth, eyes full of excitement. Police uncle, police elder sister, help. Buck-toothed thief saw the police from a distance, as if he saw a straw, and quickly hid behind them. And a group of dogs in the alley also ran out. A group of dog troops packed the alley. This scene is amazing. Ah, Jiaming, so many dogs. The girl with short hair is scared to hide behind Xu Jiaming. Xu Jiaming looks at the fierce dogs. Rao is always brave, but she can't help swallowing. Woof! It's not the dogs that bark, but Lu Fan. Lu Fan is not afraid at all. He barks softly, and the little wolf dog at the head also responds, barking wildly at a group of dogs behind him. Whoa! When the dogs heard the sound, they dispersed immediately. This scene shocked the public. At this time, Xu Jiaming understood what Lu Fangang said. He could really order the dog to chase the thief. For a moment, she felt as if she was living in a mysterious world. The two policemen were confused, especially the uncle who just questioned Lu Fan. He had never seen anything so strange in decades since he was a policeman. It's enough to communicate with a dog. The dog can even command dozens of dogs in the village. Is this young man the legendary dog king? Yi Xiao, who has been doubting Lu Fan, is even more stupid. This is not normal. A bunch of dogs listening to a garbage guy? Are these dogs drugged by him? Yi Xiaonan said. As soon as Yi Xiao said this, he suddenly found that everyone was looking at him. His eyes seemed to be looking at a fool. Haha, I'd like to give the medicine to the dog so that your mouth can stop, Lu Fan said with infinite disdain. Click. When the buck-toothed thief thought he was going to escape, the policewoman handcuffed him unexpectedly. The buck-toothed thief burst into tears. He angrily stares at the little wolf dog who bares his teeth next to him, and then looks at Lu Fan. It's this rag collector who killed him. Police elder sister, it's none of my business. He instigated me to steal. The buck-toothed thief pointed at Lu Fan and forced him into the water. You see, I'm right. This man is the mastermind. Yi Xiao seems to have been relied on and criticized Lu Fan. The policewoman came forward and said, please come back with us. Lu Fan took a deep breath, showing 2 rows of teeth flashing cold light, and looked at the buck-toothed thief with a smile. Lying is a price to pay. Buck-toothed thief was Lu Fan's stare at heart a sudden, but still hard scalp. Skin smile meat don't smile way. Brother, you don't pretend. At this time, due to the sound of the police siren just now, a large number of villagers around came out to watch. Isn't this Bucktooth, the king of the next village? Shit, you're stealing again. You were just released 3 days ago. You're going in again this time. If you don't learn well at a young age, the police must teach you how to be a good man and shut you up for 1.5 years. Most of the villagers knew the buck-toothed thief. Wang Suaya was so embarrassed that his head was almost in the collar. Xu Jiaming and other people and 2 policemen realized that this guy is still a recidivist. Why are you here, young man? A surprised voice came. Lu Fan raised his eyes and saw that it was Uncle Chui who helped him play chess. Sir, it's a long story. Lu Fan said with a dry smile what happened before. Unexpectedly, Uncle Chui is happy to smile. Harm. This is no big deal. Uncle Chui will help you solve it. He took a look around and then looked at a tall, thin young man in the crowd. Guzi, go and transfer the monitoring of your home to see what the situation is. The tall and thin guy patted the back of his head. Yes. Our community has monitoring. Old village head, you wait. Then he ran home. Village head. Lu Fan was surprised that Uncle Chui was the head of Manin village. Haha. Young man, I didn't expect that. You collect a rag and give us an old Qing dynasty antique. Who says you are a thief by this alone? I'm anxious with whom? Uncle Chui said with a smile. Brother Lu Fan, he's not a thief. A little girl in yellow suddenly appeared in the crowd. It turned out to be Li Wan. Li Wan stood in front of Lu Fan and said, he saved my father and gave us a lot of money. He is not a thief. The little girl told all that Lu Fan had done. At this time, Li Wan's father came with the help of his wife. In a flash, all the people present were stunned. Li Chong was really cured by the young man in front of him. My God, Li Chong, is this young man a miracle doctor? The young man returned $500,000 to your family? Is he still a garbage collector? Miraculous doctor, rich man, antiques, garbage collector, all of them appear in one person. This is just a strange man. Uncle Chui shook Lu Fan's hand excitedly and said gratefully, Little miracle doctor, you are a good man. The whole village has donated money for Li Chong's illness. The family is supported by him alone. Now that you have cured him, you are my benefactor in Manan village. As soon as these words came out, people's eyes to Lu Fan were full of appreciation and gratitude. Xu Jiaming and the girl with short hair didn't expect that the man who helped them catch the thief turned out to be a hero to cure the disease and save the life. Isn't he a garbage collector? How can he become a doctor again in a flash? The girl with short hair looked stunned. But in Xu Jia's dream, he stares at Lu Fan, full of curiosity. When Yi Xiao and Wang Suya just heard that there was monitoring, they turned pale. Now in the blink of an eye, Lu Fan has become the hero of the whole village, and their hearts tremble. The two policemen looked at each other, feeling cheated by Wang Suya. Come, old village head, that little brother is wronged. The tall and thin guy ran out with his laptop in his arms and showed it to two policemen. In the video, Lu Fan is riding a tricycle. Wang Suya runs by and throws a bag on Lu Fan's car. Lu Fan knows nothing about it. The next second, Lu Fan looked back and saw Xu Jiaming shouting. So he went after the thief for others. The truth came out. Young man is a good man, Wang Suya. How dare you frame a good man? People are kind to help you, but you bite. You have to be conscientious. You are not from our village. We can't have such people in our village. Many people blame Xu Jiaming and others, especially Yi Xiao. Sorry, we were wrong. Xu Jiaming and the girl with short hair are crying and apologizing. But Yi Xiao is ashamed. Lu Fan shook his head, indicating that there was no need for them to apologize. Wang Suya hid behind the policewoman. If two policemen didn't stop him, the villagers would have beaten him. Now I know I'm afraid. Where's the arrogance that just framed others? The policewoman was angry and almost wronged the good man. The police uncle was particularly angry and roared, Get in the car. Sound like thunder. Wang Suya was so scared that he quickly got into the car. So do you? Apologize to someone. We'll have to invite you into the bureau next time. The police uncle said to Yi Xiao with a black face. Yi Xiao busily bowed his head and said yes. He went to Lu Fan and said with a bitter face, I'm sorry. Lu Fan said to Li Chong, Uncle, your leg is just right. Just walk properly. Don't rush. Li Chong smiles and nods. Now what Lu Fan says is golden words. Brother, I'll pay you back that money in the future. Li Wan raised her head and said firmly. Lu Fan said with a smile. Well, Xiaoan, you have to study hard. The police leave with Wang Suya. And Yi Xiao doesn't want to stay here for a long time. After all, it's embarrassing to stay a little longer. But Xu Jiaming refused to leave. She said to Lu Fan, my name is Xu Jiaming. Today's event is thanks to you. You are wronged. In order to express my gratitude and apology, I want to invite you to dinner. Is that okay? Yi Xiao in the distance is so angry that he has no chance to meet Xu Jiaming for dinner. Lu Fan just wanted to refuse, and Uncle Chui stood out first. Little girl, we've already made dinner for the young man. You can have it another day. The old village head stands in front of Lu Fan with great momentum, and Xu Jiaming turns his mouth against him. If a younger person stops her, Xu Jiaming will start directly. Finally, Xu Jiaming didn't leave until Lu Fan's contact information. Lu Fan was embarrassed and said to Uncle Chui, Uncle Chui, even if you eat, I have to pick up garbage. Uncle Chui's eyes narrowed when he heard the speech. This young man can't get out of the garbage. Can we not pick up rubbish? Uncle Chui looked like he hated iron, but not steel. It can cure Li Chang's leg. Is this medical skill still used to pick up rubbish? Young man, you are not old enough. Why can't you tell the good from the bad? That garbage collection is too low for you. Just at this time, a freight car passing by. Lu Haiju black face yelled, "Old village head. What do you say, picking up garbage how low?" "I pick up garbage collection rags to earn money." "That earn money is clear. Why? Steal or rob?" Lu Fan thumbed up and praised. "Brother Zhu." "That's right." When Lu Haiju saw Lu Fan's face, he immediately drooped. "It's you, boy. Did you go to our village to pick up garbage?" "I tell you, this is my territory." "Abba, what is your territory?" "You are two pillars. You think I don't know that you go to other places to collect garbage all day? You can't see anyone in our village all day?" With a gloomy face, Uncle Chui yelled at Lu Haiju. "If you pick up garbage, you can pick up garbage. If you don't study hard, can you come out to pick up garbage? You said you made them all by yourself." When Lu Haiju heard the speech, his eyes turned red and he choked. "Old village head, you don't have to speak so hard. You say I've been a bachelor for more than 30 years. Am I easy? I haven't saved enough money for my wife now." With that, the whole person fell into the past, holding his forehead to hurt himself. Uncle Chui sighed when he saw Lu Haiju like this, and advised, Zhu, I pity you too, but you say you don't have a diploma, and the computer doesn't understand. That nose can smell garbage. What else can you do? What else do you have?" Lu Haiju listened more sad. "Old village head, I beg you don't say okay. Won't comfort people, don't comfort." Uncle Chui sighed, like an old father with a frustrated son. After listening to Lu Fan, he felt sympathy for Lu Haiju. Although he didn't look much older than himself, it was a little sad that all his youth was wasted on picking up rubbish. Cough, cough. With a dry cough, he went to Lu Haiju and said with a smile, "Uncle Zhu." Seeing Lu Fan's appearance, Lu Haiju immediately woke up from his grief, held the handlebar and said, "Why, boy, you don't still want to think about this car?" Lu Fan took a look at this small tricycle with an open top, and his heart is really a little higher than his tricycle. He can only hope that the system can help him upgrade in the future. It's not impossible to drive the train to collect garbage one day. "Well, Uncle Zhu, you misunderstood me. I want to introduce you to a job with a monthly salary of more than 10,000. It's very simple. Do you want to do it?" "What?" Lu Haiju suddenly came to the spirit, and Uncle Chui raised his ears. Lu Fan looked at Lu Haiju and said, "It's very simple. Help me collect intelligence." "Gathering intelligence?" Lu Haiju can't help grinning. "Why? You can't be an undercover or a spy." Lu Fan black face way. "Pillar uncle, don't make trouble. You have been collecting garbage for many years, and you must know the distribution of garbage in Linhai City very well. There are highly available garbage. All kinds of domestic garbage, metal garbage, and so on. As long as you provide these garbage distribution places every day, at least 2 or more, I will give you a certain reward." In fact, Lu Fan has long wanted to do this. Every day, he has to search for garbage, which is very hard. Moreover, the special rewards of the system are very confusing and accidental. For example, the Changshan Zhugu pill has never been met again after being triggered once. After all, it's not very common for Wega to throw away garbage before it's used up. If you want to improve the probability, you must plan reasonably. I'll give you this number a day, 500. Lu Fan spread out his right hand and said with a smile. Confused, Lu Haiju said tentatively, "Really? Is it that simple?" He looked at Lu Fan suspiciously. He thought, is this young man mentally ill? It's not that he has too much money to spend. It's like pie falling out of the world. If you don't agree, I'll find someone else. Lu Fan sighed and shook his head. "No, I promise absolutely." Lu Haiju said in a hurry that it would be natural to miss such a good thing. Uncle Chui listened in, and his eyes showed envy. He slapped Lu Haiju on his head and roared, "Zhu, you are so stupid. Get out of the car and thank you." Of course, he can see that Lu Fan is deliberately helping Lu Haiju. The young man is really a rich man. Lu Haiju smiles and bows when he gets off the bus. Lu Fan stops him and says, "Let's leave contact information for each other, and then sign a contract later. You can rest assured that there is legal proof. It's all up to you." Lu Haiju immediately respected his gold master. Mr. Chui rubbed his hands behind him and asked in a low voice, "Young man, do you think Mr. Chui is suitable for this job?" Lu Fan shook his eyes and said with a dry smile, "Don't make trouble, sir." Uncle Chui laughed a few times and said, "Let's go, young man. Go to Uncle's house for dinner. You have to refuse again. Do you believe that Uncle can't let you go out of this village?" Lu Fan, with a smile, thinks that there is something special about it, such as a forced treat and a threat. In desperation, Lu Fan followed Uncle Chui to his home with a tricycle. "Old lady, today we have good food and good wine. We have a distinguished guest." As soon as Uncle Chui came in, he yelled at the inner room, "It's the little miracle doctor. Come in quickly. The food is already ready." A woman with curly hair came out with a smile, like a blooming peony. Very friendly. "Hello, Aunt." Lu Fan felt that his aunt was kind and polite. She quickly opened the door and invited him in. As expected, a room full of good food and wine was ready in the room. As soon as Lu Fan sat down, his aunt took him to the door to talk for a while. Lu Fan saw the scene through Hu Zhonghu and suddenly realized that the meal was not so easy. Just then, a middle-aged man came down the stairs. It was Mr. Chui Jigang, the youngest son of Mr. Chui. As soon as he came out, he was pulled aside by Uncle Chui and patiently persuaded him again. Chui Jigang looks embarrassed and embarrassed, but he is still advised to go in by Uncle Chui. "Little doctor, let me introduce you. This is my youngest son, Chui Jigang." Uncle Chui came in with a reluctant Chui Jigang. "Why don't you show him after dinner?" Lu Fan was slightly stunned. He wondered why Uncle Chui had to invite him for the meal. It turned out that he had asked for it. He nodded and looked at Chui Jigang carefully. He saw that his face was white, his eyes were empty, and his hairline was very high. In short, he looked very weak. Lu Fan seemed to understand something, but he didn't say it directly. Instead, he asked, "Uncle, what's wrong with this elder brother?" Uncle Chui took a look at Chui Jigang, touched his shoulder, and said, "You say? Oh, Dad, I've had this disease for many years. I can't cure it." Chui Jigang is in a hurry, and the ant next to him has been hiding for a long time. "You son of a bitch." Uncle Chui looks like he hates iron, but not steel. Then he looks at Lu Fan with a smile. "Little miracle doctor, you can cure Li Chong's leg. It's absolutely skillful. My son has a problem. Can you show me?" Chui Jigang's face, which was originally white, suddenly turned red. Lu Fan slightly narrowed his eyes. "That aspect? Which aspect?" With these words, the atmosphere suddenly condensed and embarrassed. 5 seconds later, Chui Jigang finally couldn't help it. He looked up at the sky and sighed. He said indignantly, "Congenital impotence. Dad, I've already given up. Don't look for this doctor for me. Xiaotsue wants to divorce me, so leave." After that, he ran to the door to smoke. "Little miracle doctor, to tell you the truth, we've always wanted to have a grandson. Unfortunately, because of his illness, our daughter-in-law found out. When she got married and got divorced immediately. We'll get a divorce certificate in a few days. We really cheated people first, but Uncle Chui couldn't speak anymore and gave a long sigh. Lu Fan will be a fool if he doesn't understand. It seems that Uncle Chui's family let their son get married with a fluke. As a result, they still help each other, and their daughter-in-law is going to divorce. This is also normal. Men and women must marry Xia. Men can have no money, but they can't." Lu Fan suddenly stood up and startled Uncle Chui. "Sir, I'll have a look." Lu Fan said with a smile. Uncle Chui's eyes show gratitude. Chui Jigang hears the speech, but he is indifferent. He has experienced too many disappointments. "Brother Gang, let me give you acupuncture." Lu Fan took out a box of silver needles and said. Chui Jigang doubts. "Acupuncture? You don't have to look at acupuncture. I mean, don't you have to look at your tongue or your pulse?" As soon as he came up for direct treatment, Chui Jigang expressed extreme doubt about Lu Fan's medical skills. Lu Fan dry cough away. Need not. You come and I know you what disease." Chui Jigang was so surprised that he opened his mouth. "Can you see that?" Lu Fan nodded seriously. "No, you can see what kind of illness I got. You did it on purpose." Chui Jigang squints his eyes, and Lu Fan becomes withered in his heart. Lu Fan said with a dry smile, "Isn't it more certain? Come on, Brother Gang. Let me help you to revive your strength." After that, Lu Fan felt that this was a bit strange. Chui Jigang lies down in his bedroom, while Lu Fan tells himself that I am a doctor, a professional doctor. There is no gender difference in the eyes of doctors. No matter what disease, I should be treated. The silver needle was gently inserted into Chui Jigang's abdomen. And then Lu Fan twisted the silver needle and rotated it. Just 1 minute later, Chui Jigang's face turned red and turned bloody. It's so hard, it's so hot. Chui Jigang makes a painful sound. He feels like he's going to explode. Chui Jigang finished, and he felt ashamed. I didn't expect that a big man should say this kind of words in front of his father. And young man. And his heart was dead. Lu Fan noticed his emotion and said patiently, "Brother Gang, you have to bear it. You don't have to be ashamed. You have to believe that I'm a professional." Chui Jigang choked his throat and urged, "Brother, stop talking and hurry." Next second, Lu Fan pricked the silver needle on the inside of his left thigh again. Chui Jigang snorted. He didn't want to try again in his life. The whole process makes Uncle Chui worried, while Aunt peeks out of the window to find out the result. Acupuncture lasted more than 10 minutes and ended. Lu Fan didn't feel very weak this time. Maybe this set of silver needles is a little tolerant to him. Pull out the needle and close it. Chui Jigang sat up, his face red, even red than the monkey's butt. "Little miracle doctor, what's the matter? Is it well treated?" Uncle Chui asked quickly. Lu Fan said with a smile, "Ask Brother Gang to know. How's it going, son?" Uncle Chui stares at his son tightly. Chui Jigang takes a deep breath. Uncle Chui only feels that the breath is very hot. Chui Jigang felt as if he could do anything. He put on his shoes and rushed out. "Where are you going, son?" Uncle Chui asked after him busily. "Find Xiaotsue." Lu Fan couldn't laugh or cry when he heard this impatient remark. But if he changed it to himself, maybe cough, think too much. "I'm hungry, sir." Lu Fan said a little tired. Uncle Chui seemed to have guessed something, and even said, "Little miracle doctor, please, if Gongzi is cured, you are the benefactor of our family." With a smile, Lu Fan said modestly, "Yes, yes. A table of good food and wine, our home flavor, has not felt the taste of home for too long." Lu Fan thought that it was time to go home and have a look. In the middle of the meal, Chui Jigang called, "Dad, I'm all right really." After hearing this, Uncle Chui wept excitedly and sighed. "My Chui family will finally have a queen." Before I finished, there was a vague voice from the phone. "Come on, dead man." Chui uncle listened to his old face. Cough. "Dad, don't talk about me, I'm busy." Chui Jigang finished and hung up decisively. Uncle Chui was stunned and looked at Lu Fan. Lu Fan said with a smile, Good, good. Yes, good thing. Come on, let's go one more time." Uncle Chui's face showed a man's smile. After dinner, Aunt mysteriously came over, took out a bulging red envelope and gave it to Lu Fan. "Little miracle doctor, we don't have much money. That's what we want." Lu Fan quickly declined and said, "Aunt, I can't accept it. It's all a matter of lifting a finger. Money doesn't mean anything to me. If you really want to give it to me, just give me some rubbish. What's the point of asking for money? Where's the smell of garbage?" But this made Uncle Chui and Aunt look confused. "Money doesn't mean anything to me and give me some garbage. This sounds too unreasonable. It's natural to collect money for medical treatment. If you don't accept it, you will feel uneasy." Lu Fan stood up and said, "Uncle, I'm not kidding. Really, as long as there is garbage, in my eyes, garbage is more valuable than money." "Really?" Uncle Chui believed it a little, and Lu Fan nodded his head. "Well, old lady, go and give Gongzi those books to the little miracle doctor. I've accumulated a room, and I've long wanted to throw them away." Uncle Chui said with his waist crossed, "But I'm afraid my son will be angry when he knows." She hesitated. Uncle Chui ba and said, "This boy has been studying antiques and watching gambling stones all day long. He's still a poor man and has thrown them away. Let him do something serious." Lu Fan's eyes lit up when he heard that there was rubbish. It turned out that Chui Jigang had instigated the pieces of porcelain in the courtyard. But Lu Fan still found many pieces of real antique porcelain. Chui Jigang should have some skills. Soon, Aunt and Uncle moved out a thick stack of books from a miscellaneous room. Lu Fan glanced at them and found that they were all about archaeology and jade carving. "Sir, are these for me?" Lu Fan hesitated that if these books were recycled, they might meet with special rewards. Uncle Chui is bold and resolute. Ganyan shakes his hand firmly and says, "Take them away for me." "Good." Lu Fan's face is excited to load garbage into the car, and his eyes are shining like gold. Ding! the host picked up a copy of the General Theory of Ancient Jade and awarded 3 million yuan. Ding, the host picked up a copy of Theory of Archaeology and won the title of Doctor of Archaeology, Qingbei University. Ding, the host picked up a copy of The Secret of Gambling Stone and won the title of Master of Gambling Stone. Ding, I found. Lu Fan suddenly confused. A large number of information into his mind, archaeology, gambling stone industry, all the knowledge gathered in his mind, and quickly absorbed digestion. This time, it really triggers special rewards, and it's still too. Doctor of Archaeology, Qingbei University, which is the top professional in the world. But the gambling stone has reached the master level. In addition, he has a golden pupil. I'm afraid the whole antique and gambling stone market will be controlled by himself. Thinking of this, Lu Fan grinned happily. Uncle Chui and Aunt look silly. Are you so happy to pick up a trash? The child can't be stupid. Uncle and Aunt are very concerned about Lu Fan's mental health. So after Lu Fan picks up the garbage, he has to stay for a while to wake up. Lu Fan and the two old men began to talk. What the two old men said was that their youngest son had accomplished nothing for many years and wasted in the industry, without prospect and guarantee. Lu Fan disagreed with this and said a lot about his views on the antique market. Little doctor, why do you know everything? Even if you can cure diseases, do you know antiques? Uncle Chui looked at Lu Fan carefully, and he was surprised. Lu Fan said with a modest smile, I'm flattered. I just love to study and have nothing to do with my spare time. Then my son has nothing to do. He's devoted to this. He's not as good as you. Uncle Chui is completely depressed, Aunt full of resentment. If my son has half of your ability, I will be satisfied. At this time, Chui Jigang, who just came in with his daughter-in-law Xiaotsue in his arms, heard his parents' complaints, and the joy of being reborn suddenly disappeared. Mom and Dad, you're blaming me again. Chui Jigang stepped into the threshold, discontented said, and then saw Lu Fan. Ah, Dr. Lu, you are still here. Chui Jigang shook hands excitedly and repeatedly said, I'm afraid I don't know when I'll get better without you. Xiaotsue and I have to leave. A big man's voice was crying. Lu Fan waved his hand and said with a smile, Brother Gang, you don't have to be so excited, but you still have to control your life. In a word, Chui Jigang and his daughter-in-law Xiaotsue blushed. At this time, Uncle Chui's happy face suddenly tensed and said to Chui Jigang, since you are well, you should treat Xiaotsue well. Next year, you will have a grandson. Besides, I'll take all your books as garbage. Can't you find a proper job in the future? Chui Jigang's face changed as soon as he heard the speech. He ran outside to have a look and yelled, Dear mother, dad, who let you move? Uncle Chui hums coldly. What are you shouting about? Look at how much money you've earned for your family since. You're over 30 years old. You've been tampering with antiques all day and playing with gambling stones. I'll burn high incense if I don't ruin the labor and capital family. Chui Jigang was depressed and muttered, I've got an antique from Qianlong of Qing Dynasty. It's very valuable. It's enough for me and Xiaotsue to eat and drink for a lifetime. Xiaotsue, her daughter-in-law, twisted her waist and stuck it on Chui Jigang, full of happiness. Pop! Uncle Chui couldn't bear it. He slapped Chui Jigang on the head and said, Look at you. You're not promising. That antique was given to us by Xiao Lu. Did you make it? Don't put gold on your face. Chui Jigang was stunned. What? Was it from Dr. Lu? This afternoon, Chui Jigang was overjoyed when he got the antiques. He thought it was the garbage collector who didn't know the goods. Unexpectedly, the original owner of the antiques cured him again. Dr. Lu, it was the white porcelain you gave me. Chui Jigang, embarrassed, said, and tried. You will not take it back. He was a little nervous. He was afraid that Lu Fan didn't know the value of the white porcelain before he gave it to his father. Now Lu Fan already knows that if he wants it from him, because of his kindness and morality, he really has to give it to him. Well, Lu Fan deliberately lengthens his voice, and Chui Jigang's heart almost jumps out. Lu Fan saw him like this and shook his head in a funny way. In fact, I know the value of it, but I'm willing to send it out. Of course, I won't want it anymore. Chui Jigang was so happy that he took Lu Fan's hand and said, Dr. Lu, my dear ones, you are really a righteous person. Uncle Chui was also relieved, but when he saw his son flattering him like this, He was so angry that he said, "If you want to continue to do this business, you'd better ask Dr. Lu for advice. That's the real skill of others." "Dad, can you stop talking about me? What do you mean? Dr. Lu knows antiques and gambling stones?" Chui Jigang suspected that something was wrong with his ears. Lu Fan took out his hand and said with a modest smile, "Look at antiques. Gambling stones, I know a little bit." Uncle Chui felt sour when he heard this. When he asked him whether he could play chess, Lu Fan also said that he knew a little bit. Chui Jigang looked at Lu Fan, obviously a little unconvinced. "Dad, I must admit that Dr. Lu is very good at medicine. But if it comes to antique jade, I have enough say." The implication is that Lu Fan and Chui Jigang are not comparable in this line. Chui Jigang is not satisfied with his father's praise of Lu Fan. No matter how energetic a person is, he can't be proficient in many fields. Seeing that Uncle Chui was going to be angry, Lu Fan nodded and said seriously, "Brother Gang is right. I'm just Xiao Bai. It's late, sir. I'll go first." Then he got up and left. Pop! A small red book suddenly fell from Yibu Fan. Chui Jigang quickly picked it up for him, inadvertently glanced at it, and was stunned. Doctorate certificate. His lips trembled, carefully opened the certificate, saw the name of Lu Fan, and an archaeology doctor's degree certificate, several big words. Doctor Archaeology. These words are constantly enlarged and reflected in Chui Jigang's eyes. For a moment, he seemed to forget to breathe. On one side, Xiao Tsui came close, and she was stunned. "What's the matter? What's the matter?" Uncle Chui glared at his son, feeling puzzled. Doctor of Archaeology." Chui Jigang felt as if he was dreaming. How big a young man he was. He had such a high diploma. His mouth is so open that he can almost swallow an egg. Lu Fan took back the certificate from his hand and said with a gentle smile, "Oh, the certificate is lost." "Thank you, Brother Gang," said very casual into the pocket. "Lu, Dr. Lu, are you a doctor of archaeology from Qingbei University?" Chui Jigang swallowed saliva and asked difficultly. "Doctor of archaeology?" Uncle Chui and aunt are surprised. Although they are old, they also know what their doctorate is. Lu Fan Lung Long. And then Oa Wei. Harm. Is casual test. Anyway, nothing to do. More interested in antique jade, casually studied. Take a random test. Chui Jigang seems to have overturned the Wu-Wei bottle in his heart. It's a random test. He has been in business for 10 years, but he has only learned a little bit. He is not as old as himself. He is a doctor of archaeology. Compared with other people, Chui Jigang was a little sad. Uncle Chui felt that his 60 years of experience was useless to Lu Fan. He deeply doubts how many secrets are hidden in Lu Fan's garbage collection career. Lu Fan knows that Chui Jigang has been hit hard. But who let this guy pretend to be better than him? I can't help but show my identity a little bit. But, Dr. Lu, you are a doctor of archaeology with such a high degree. Why do you want to collect rubbish? Chui Jigang doubts away. Isn't this body in Treasure Mountain, but don't know treasure? Lu Fan's face was bitter and his eyes were hurt. People thought that he had something to hide. They immediately became curious about whether it was the distortion of human nature or the decline of morality. To let a doctor pick up rubbish? Lu Fan sighed and sighed. I can only use one miserable word to describe my life. Chui Jigang. Uncle Chui and others immediately held their breath and felt that they were going to know something amazing. I was born to be a successful person, worth hundreds of billions. There are countless luxury cars and villas under my name. There are hundreds of companies all over the world. I am also involved in medicine, archaeology, and chess. But in the end, I found that these things are too simple and not challenging. Lu Fan said that the sudden change of painting style. People look strange, this special what with what. Until one day, I found that the business of picking up garbage is very interesting. You can never imagine what garbage you will pick up next time. Just like life, full of unknown. This is the life I want. Lu Fan said with excitement. His eyes were full of amazing looks. At this moment, he finally sublimated the industry of garbage collection to the height of philosophy. However, looking around the crowd, it was a confused look. Ha ha, ha ha, little doctor, you are so humorous. Uncle Chui's eyes are almost narrowed into a line. This special is miserable. This special is proud of life. Ah. He suddenly felt like vomiting. Look at my wife and find that she is retching too. Chui Jigang, on the other hand, thumbed up and praised. Brother, you're a real cow. You're the best person I've ever seen who can boast about the bull's ratio. Just rush here. I'll spit it out first. Oh, Lu Fan immediately laughed and boasted that the bull would become a real bull one day. Xiao Tsui, who was smiling, suddenly said, Gongzi, aren't you going to Antique Street tomorrow? Isn't that right? Take the little miracle doctor with you. Antique Street. Chui Jigang patted the back of his head and said, Yes, I didn't expect that. Dr. Lu, no, Dr. Lu. If you don't want to go with me tomorrow. It's said that a batch of new products are coming in recently. After all, he has this talent and can't waste it. Well, I'll come to you tomorrow afternoon. Lu Fan resolutely agreed. Then, under the eyes of Chui Jigang's family, Lu Fan pedals a small three-wheel out of the village. At this time, the little wolf dog was already hungry. Wang, boy, I want to have roast chicken, kebab and sausage. The little wolf dog is full of longing for food. Now he is close to a gold owner or a gold owner who can communicate with him. It's the peak of dog life. Lu Fan put the small tricycle into the woven bag and drove back. Meow, Brother Guzzy, you're back at last. Little orange cat's sleepy eyes and little wolf dog's head intimately touched. Lu Fan's speechless way. Ah, I say, you are so contrary to ethics. Little wolf dog, Wang. Little orange cat. Meow. Lu Fan carried the cat and dog through the snack street and bought a lot of barbecues to satisfy the two. Under the temptation of delicious food, Little Wolf Dog and Little Orange Cat finally recognized Lu Fan and called the owner. Ding! The host picked up a stray cat and awarded a pet Elvis Presley with green eyes. Ding! The host picked up a stray dog and awarded a pet God Dog King. Yi Bufan was surprised by the sudden prompt of the system. When are cats and dogs in the garbage? But after hearing the words Elvis Presley and Dog King, Lu Fan looked at the back of the car strangely. It seemed that the little wolf dog and the little orange cat had no change. But their hair was more beautiful. But they have a few more certificates. Lu Fan took it to see that it was the dog, cat, registration certificate, the number plate, and the pet immunization certificate. The signature below was the property of fully Jiayuan community. He immediately understood that the system had saved him even the registration. Maybe these two cats and dogs will bring a lot of surprises to themselves in the future. Fully home community. A Lincoln stopped at the 6th building, and a man and a woman stood next to him. The man was dressed in white casual clothes, hair baked oil, tall and thin, a promising young look. And the woman is a plain white dress. Temperament Lingchen, posture Yao Yao. At this time looks a little impatient. Xiao Bai, I go to your class every day. I like your wine, too. I'm absolutely sincere to you. Why can't you give me a chance? Mo Xiaobai refused. Mr. Wang, it's your business that you like me. I told you a long time ago that I have no feelings for you. Please stop pestering me. Feelings can be cultivated slowly. How can you know that we are not suitable if you don't try? Wang Qitian is not reconciled to say that in order to catch up with the goddess of Linhai University, he has consumed a lot of time. Even if he was refused, he would not give up. Wang Qitian, give up on me. I already have a sweetheart. I can't like you. Mo Xiaobai is eager to go home, so he will leave with an excuse. Who knows that Wang Qitian suddenly grasped Mo Xiaobai's wrist and said angrily, If you have someone you like, why didn't you say that labor and capital have paid so much for you? But now you say that you have someone you like. Who is he? Mo Xiaobai quickly broke away. You let me go. You hurt me. Just then, bang bang, Lincoln was kicked twice in a row. Wang Qitian looked back and saw a young man in shorts and t-shirt, carrying a garbage bag in one hand and a trouser pocket in the other, looking at himself with a gloomy face. There are obviously several shoe marks on the back of the car. I chow, who are you? You dare to kick my car. Can you afford it? Wang Qitian is furious. This Lincoln car is more than 500,000. He usually takes care of it carefully. How can he tolerate others to treat it so rudely? Let her go. Lu Fan approached step by step. His heart had been burning with anger. Dare to move his mind of the girl, simply do not want to live. Wang Qitian sneered and held Mo Xiaobai's wrist tightly. He said sarcastically, Labor and capital will not let go. What can you do to me? Oh, I see. You are the one she likes. Chow. You are a rag. Mo Xiaobai, you have such a low vision. You are shameless, Wang Qitian. Who I like has nothing to do with you. Let me go. Mo Xiaobai became angry and his wrist was pinched by Wang Qitian. Smelly woman, it's shameless to give a face. Labor and capital have spent so much money on you in exchange for your words? Chow. In his rage, Wang Qitian slapped Mo Xiaobai. Just then, one hand held his wrist like an iron hoop. Wang Qitian screamed and released Mo Xiaobai in pain. Wang Qitian turned to look, but he was a poor boy with a garbage bag on his back. Mo Xiaobai also took advantage of this time to hide behind Lu Fan. Poor boy, dare to fight with me. Wang Qitian reaction, a straight punch to Lu Fan face. Lu Fan shunned the situation to hide. Left foot kick in the other side's calf. Dong. Wang Qitian immediately knelt in front of Lu Fan. Oh, Teacher Jia, you don't have to give me such a big gift. Lu Fan sneered, but his eyes were as cold as ice for thousands of years. Son of a bitch, let go of labor and capital. Do you know who labor and capital are? How dare you do this to me? Wang Qitian struggled to stand up, but Lu Fan twisted his wrist, and his face turned pale with pain. I don't care who you are. If you are the king of heaven, I'll beat you. Lu Fan said. Today's he can be a word to scare it? Van Gogh, let him go. Mo Xiaobai pulled Lu Fan's clothes and said, but there was no fear in his eyes. He was full of disgust for Wang Qitian. Well, dregs, Xiaobai pleads for you, and I won't take off your arm. Remember, if you dare to pester Xiaobai again, I'll see you fight again and again, more and more ruthlessly. Lu Fan shakes off Wang Qitian's wrist and looks fierce. Wang Qitian is also a person who is used to arrogance. Seeing Lu Fan's eyes, his heart trembles. He suddenly had a feeling that the young man could really take off his arm. Well, you are cruel. You wait for me. Wang Qitian, of course, would not be convinced. He got on the bus in a hurry and put a cruel word out of his head. Lu Fan turned around and glared at him. Wang Qitian was startled and drove away immediately. Lu Fan is not at ease. After all, it's about Mo Xiaobai. He needs to be careful. Dog, come here. Lu Fan called the little wolf dog who was gnawing grass in the lawn behind him. Wang, what can I do for you, master? The little wolf dog almost flies over in an instant. Its speed is no less than Lu Fan's speed. Mo Xiaobai suspected that he had lost his eyes. Lu Fan came to the little wolf dog's ear and whispered a few words. The little wolf dog wagged its tail. Go, dog. The little wolf dog immediately turned around and ran after Lincoln. Van Gogh, is that your dog? What's he doing? Mo Xiaobai said strangely. Can Lu Fan communicate with dogs? Lu Fan had a ha-ha. Nothing, just let it find food. Thanks to you this time, Van Gogh. Mo Xiaobai said gratefully, that she felt that there was a kind of reassuring power in Lu Fan. Lu Fan waved his hand with a smile and said, It's okay, Xiaobai. In the future, he will restrain his charm, otherwise the trouble will continue. Mo Xiaobai blinked his big eyes and asked, Brother Fan, do you think I am charming? Of course, you are noble like a princess in the bar, and more like a girl with poetic charm in life. Lu Fan made no secret of appreciation, but let Mo Xiaobai fly 2 clouds. She said, Brother Fan, I'm not as good as you said. Lu Fan, with a bright smile, said, If you don't think so, you can only say that you don't know yourself correctly. Mo Xiaobai chuckled. Meow, master, I want to sleep. Little orange cat jumps into Lu Fan's arms and yawns. What a beautiful cat. Its eyes look like emerald. Mo Xiaobai exclaimed. No wonder she was so surprised. Little orange cat's hair was as smooth as silk, and her figure was exquisite and well-proportioned. Especially that pair of green eyes, staring at a long time. You will find that you seem to fall into. Xiaobai, if you like it, I'll give it to you. Lu Fan said with a smile. As soon as the little orange cat heard this, her hair exploded and her 2 claws seized Lu Fan's clothes. Meow, master, I don't want to leave you. Lu Fan was slightly surprised. This is not like the usual proud little orange cat. Did the system change it invisibly? Mo Xiaobai said with a smile. Forget it. I won't win people's love. However, this cat seems to have a high loyalty to Brother Fan. It can understand us. After a simple exchange, they said goodnight to each other and went home. The night is deep. Lu Fan habitually opens the mobile phone short message. Sees more than 300 million balance. After reconfirmation, only then safely enters the dreamland. On the other hand, the little wolf dog who gets Lu Fan's order is chasing. Wang Qitian's car nonstop. After the system blessing, the speed and endurance of the little wolf dog can be said to be faster than 1,000 miles a day. Fortunately, it's dark on the road in the evening, and no one can find it, otherwise it will be shocking to the world. After chasing for half an hour, Wang Qitian came to a villa and stopped. The little wolf dog flew through the gate and hid under the car. "Hey Dao, is there any business recently?" "Oh, no business. Well, I just have one order here." "Yes, help me deal with one person. It's better to go to the hospital and lie down for half a year." Wang Qitian gets out of the car on the phone, and the content of the phone is clearly heard by the little wolf dog. After hanging up, Wang Qitian made another call. "Hello, baby, do you miss me? Come and accompany me tonight. My bed is big and soft." Wang Qitian went into the villa with a strange laugh. The little wolf dog came out from under the car, eyes rolling and then grinning. It slipped into the villa quietly. "Ha ha, Emo Xiao Bai, sooner or later you will be Wang Qitian's woman, poor man. Dare to fight me? Tomorrow I want you to be disabled for life." Wang Qitian muttered to himself and took a hot bath without noticing the invasion of a dog. Ding dong. Someone knocked at the door. Wang Qitian, dressed in a bathrobe, excitedly went downstairs to open the door. Outside the door was a woman with a sharp chin in a low-cut dress. She was in her 20s, with heavy makeup and hot figure. "Baby, you're here at last. You miss me so much." Wang Qitian directly picked up the woman's waist. The woman exclaimed and gave him a white look. "It's all yours, ghost." Hey, see, you are not urgent. Then don't call a man. Come on, baby." Wang Qitian rushed into the bedroom with the woman in his arms. "Wait, what's the smell?" Women show eyebrows slightly wrinkled. She faintly smelled what pungent odor. At this time, Wang Qitian didn't care about the bad smell. He threw the woman directly on the big bed, and the whole person jumped on it. The woman suddenly screamed and jumped out of bed with a brush. "What's the matter?" Wang Qitian frowned. How can this woman do so many things? It just spoils his interest. But the next second, he felt the sticky, warm, extremely pungent smell of his hands and his nose. Chow. Wang Qitian suddenly stood up and was shocked by everything in front of him. The original white bed was full of dirty feces and muddy urine stains, and the whole room was full of indescribable flavor. At this time, his body and the woman's back were all covered with feces. Disgusting. Ouch. The woman screamed and vomited directly because of all the disgusting things in front of her. Wang Qitian was still in a daze. He was infected by the woman's reaction and couldn't help vomit immediately. "Oh Chow, who did it?" "I'm Chow. Don't let me know." Ouch. Wang Qitian and the woman rushed to the bathroom, then pushed open the bedroom door, only to see a small wolf dog the size of a calf pee everywhere, biting the leather sofa furniture in the living room. It seems that sensing the two people's eyes, the little wolf dog suddenly became stiff and turned to look at Wang Qitian. "Dead dog, it turned out that you did a good job. Labor and capital are very special. If they don't kill you, labor and capital won't be named Wang." Wang Qitian blew up all of a sudden. He found a golf club and rushed to the little wolf dog. Kill it, cried the woman madly, with a ferocious look. However, the little wolf dog is faster and has amazing jumping power. He jumps directly from the sofa here, and Wang Qitian makes a blank. And the little wolf dog took advantage of the situation to make a bath on his face and ran out of the villa. Before leaving, he barked a few times. If Lu Fan is there, you can understand. "Wang, there is not enough ammunition. Withdraw first." Wang Qitian touched the dog urine on his face, and suddenly felt that the road ahead was boundless, and life was gloomy. The woman looked at him in disgust, rushed into the bathroom to wash, and ran away from the villa that she didn't want to stay for a second. Asshole, what rich and handsome. What big and soft bed. Even a dog can't deal with. Useless, smelly man. I must take 20 baths. Women can't stand the smell and run away cursing. And Wang Qitian looked around a mess, the heart of the furnace to burst. Damn dog, if I see you again, I'll skin you." The little wolf dog didn't run far. Seeing the woman running out, she deliberately ran in front of her. She was so scared that she didn't even want high-heeled shoes. "Woof, it's all done." The little wolf dog grinned wildly, and then went home contentedly. At 3 o'clock in the middle of the night, Lu Fan was awakened by a knock on the door. Lu Fan opened the door with a confused face. But a complaint came. Master, why did it take so long to open the door? Looking down, it was the little wolf dog coming back. Little wolf dog rushed into the room, but Lu Fan frowned. Why do you stink? Take a bath, isn't it? This flavor directly wakes up Lu Fan. The little wolf dog spat out his tongue, lying on the smooth and clean floor, panting. Can't wash. This is my glorious proof against the villain. What is it? Lu Fan was shocked. The little wolf dog opened the refrigerator door, chewed a ham in his mouth, and said, Ben Wong drove all the way. No, ran his legs, and sneaked into that guy's villa. Before he was in harmony with other women. Ben Wong took the lead in laying up biochemical weapons, contributed Ben Wong's inventory to that guy, and gave him sweet Yulu. How about it? My mother took a good breath and praised me quickly. Lu Fan's eyes gaped, listening to the little wolf dog's nonsense. What is the unity of heaven and man? Biochemical weapons. Sweet jade dew, inventory. What are these special fairy words? Fortunately, his ability of understanding is not bad, and it can be seen that Guzi has made Wang Qitian miserable. In addition, he was very satisfied that Guzi called Mo Xiao by his mother. That's great, dog. You've made a lot of contribution this time. When it's daybreak, you can order extra meals, and the menu. Lu Fan gave the dog enough vanity and took out a tin of beef. Meow, delicious. The sleeping little orange cat suddenly woke up and flew over. However, without waiting to eat, he grabbed the little coyote's face with one paw and roared, Meow. Take a bath. The little wolf dog howled and reluctantly stood up and went to the bathroom. Little orange cat's words are always bigger than the sky. Lu Fan secretly chuckles. Once upon a time, he had such memories with his ex-girlfriend. Thinking of this, his smile froze on his face. Wang, by the way, Master, there is another very important thing. Wang Qitian has found a lot of people. What's the name of the knife? It sounds very powerful. They will ambush you near the community tomorrow morning. You should be careful. The dog turned back and said, and then walked into the bathroom. When Lu Fan heard the speech, he grabbed the little wolf dog's tail and said in surprise, Why didn't you say such an important thing earlier? The little wolf dog grinned and said, Ben Wong is calm in his master's case. He has high ability. He will certainly be able to save himself from danger, just don't say it. Dog, do you know that you flatter ugly? Lu Fan said with a complicated face. He really did not guess wrong. Wang Qitian, this villain, will not give up. Of course, he is not afraid of fighting, but he has to fight every time. That's too cheap. He had to find a way. Seeing Lu Fan's worried appearance, Little Wolf Dog thought he was really troubled. So he put his front paw on Lu Fan's shoulder and comforted him. Master, if it's difficult, Ben Wong is willing to help you. Aren't he just some villains? Ben Wong has found out that there are thousands of dogs in the area. Of one Li on his way back. When he fell down, Ben Wong cheered and the whole army attacked. Who can stop him? At this moment, the little wolf dog in Lu Fan's eyes is extremely powerful and domineering. Lu Fan sighed. I didn't expect that in the past. It was the dog who supported the people, but it became the dog who fought the people here. And the little orange cat also came over with a cat step. Volunteered. Meow, I want to fight too. Lu Fan touched his head and shook his head. Don't make trouble. You don't have that ability. The little orange cat shook her head and said, We'll see. Asleep until 8 o'clock in the morning. A person, a dog, a cat just got out of bed. For this reason, Lu Fan is very upset because he missed a meeting with Mo Xiaobai. Let's go, doggy. Follow the plan. After breakfast, Lu Fan picked up the woven bag and drove 3 small wheels to the outside of the community. The little wolf dog and the little orange cat whispered to each other for a while and mysteriously disappeared. Hello, Brother Fan. Hello, Mr. Lu. The security guard at the gate saw Lu Fan, shouting in a neat and uniform way. Lu Fan's face was muddled, which was the same as the inspection of the leaders. Turning around and seeing security guard Zhang San and security manager Wang Pei smile at him. Lu Fan realized that he was scared. Lu Fan waved symbolically. In the distance, 2 beautiful girls in JK clothes see Lu Fan with binoculars. Come on, Sister Tuanzi, little brother is coming. Fire Limit Sister Wang Yao Yao stamped her feet tightly. Since the last live broadcast of Lu Fan, she has been infatuated with Lu Fan. And she also witnessed Lu Fan's terrible background and Maybach, and knew that it was definitely a treasure brother. I said, Yao Yao, are you sure your stupid method will work? Life is not a TV play. Tawanzi felt a chill when he thought of Wang Yao Yao's plan. Wang Yao Yao glared and said, Sister Tawanzi, just watch it. Record the video well. I'll teach you how to attract my little brother's attention today. Tawanzi took out his cell phone, but he didn't believe it in his eyes. At this time, Lu Fan is riding on the road. Ready. When Lu Fan is 10 meters away from Wang Yao Yao, Wang Yao Yao suddenly walks out of the sidewalk and rushes in front of Lu Fan's car. I'm dizzy. Wang Yao Yao stroked her forehead, snorted, turned around, and fell to the ground. Tawanzi couldn't help but cover his eyes for the exaggeration of his acting skills. It's too miserable to see. Lu Fan is leisurely pedaling forward. Suddenly a girl came out and fell to the ground. At the beginning, he was startled. He thought it was the person Wang Qitian had found. After a closer look, isn't this the fire limit sister before? And a look at the distance, sure enough, Tawanzi is shooting video there. Hee, these two sisters are really entangled with themselves. Playing touch porcelain? Lu Fan sighed and got out of the car to pick up Hui Yu's younger sister. That second, although the fire limit sister closed her eyes. But be careful. Dirty like deer bumping, heart. Little brother hugged me. Tawanzi was also surprised. Is that okay? However, the next second, Lu Fan put the fire limit sister on the side of the road, and then pedaled the small three-wheel drive by. Later, Lu Fan got out of the car and picked up Hui Yu Mei and put her in the place where she just fainted. The whole process is flowing without any drag. Lu Fan pedaled on and said hello to the stunned Tawanzi. At this time, Fire Limit Sister is a face-muddled force to sit up, looking at the little brother far away. In the heart of countless Chow Nima crazy trample. Poof. Ha 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 ha. Tawanzi is already laughing at the roadside. Fire Limit Sister looking at the blue sky. Only feel this day is very dark. Hello, Mr. Lu. It's me, Mr. Lu Haiju. There are more than 10 families in the neighboring village who have garbage to collect. I'll send the address list in a moment. Lu Haiju said with uneasy tone that today is his first day of work, so he is more cautious and serious. Lu Fan looked at the list given by Lu Haiju and said he was very satisfied. He even marked the map and the type of garbage. He really found a good helper. Just at this time, a graceful shadow came out of the corner. Lu Fan, where are you going?